This episode's FDR shoutout goes to Vested YouTuber. Leave a comment down below to have a chance for a shoutout in the next episode. Make sure you're subscribed. How you guys doing? You're watching Fish for Thought. My name is Chris. Let's get it. Another fish tank review. You guys a lot of comments are like trying to get me to do the clap thing that PewDiePie does, so hopefully you enjoyed that. Now this past week has been super busy. I went ahead and started my 2 projects that I've been really wanting to do for a long time. I've got them up and going, and one of the projects is right here. You can see a little glimpse of it right there. Not gonna show everything yet. There's gonna be many videos about it. And then another one is right there. Now that's my 20-gallon fish tank that I had before that I took down. So why is it now flipped vertically? What do you think is in that tank? If you have a guess, leave it in the comments below. You might just win a shout out if you're right, and if you're the first few who do get it right. Very excited. Hope you guys are excited as well. Now let's go into the fish tank review. If you haven't already, please go check out my Instagram and give it a follow at The Planted Lens. I have been and will continue to post your aquariums that you have submitted onto Instagram. Again, thank you so much to my patrons. Without your support, this channel will be struggling so much. A shout out to my patrons Corvus Austin, Daniel Thomas, Cranium Rex, Spoiled Splendid, Kay, Ferraris Aquatics and Exotics, Clara, and Hydrogen Dragon. And also a big shout out and thank you to my 2 new patrons, Chad Krotz and Savannah G. Welcome to the team. This guy, you guys have been sending me this guy like crazy. I didn't know who he is. I still don't really know who he is. I know he's not one of those like catch 'em all fishing or anything really related to fish keeping, except his viewers and people who view my channel, they caught him with that fish tank over there, that Betta fish tank. And then the caption or like the responses of most people who are sending him and this screenshot to me is, he's got a $2.5 million house, but he can only afford a tiny little bowl, which I imagine can't cost him more than a quarter, okay? That's a nice, beautiful looking Betta, and I mean, even aesthetically, the bowl doesn't do it justice, and it looks really, really small. Some people are saying he has $7 million, and that's how he keeps fish. Now, I don't really know how much money he has, but regardless of how much money you have, if you are going to buy a pet, you should be able to, budget for the proper care, and more importantly, find out what kind of budget it is that's required for proper caring. And I feel like he shouldn't get all of the blame. It's just a unfortunate scenario because how do you say his name? Dobrik. Let's just call him Dado, okay? Dado here is not, making the best impression on his kids, which are primarily probably, I don't know, 8 to 12 years old, just a guess. I'm pretty sure all of his underage fans think that he is super cool, and maybe he is. Haven't watched his content again. And seeing him put a Betta in that bowl, I think Betta bowl market is gonna skyrocket, Every kid is gonna ask their parents for a Betta, and they're like, this is how you can keep a Betta, just in a bowl, like Dado over here. Saw this on Twitter and almost vomited. Oh no, should I get my barf bucket ready? There's an Axolotl in there. Oh. Yes, there is. Now, for those of you who are like, no it's not, there's no Axolotl in there. Managed to find another picture somehow of the same tank, but in a different perspective, and surely there it is. It's a baby axolotl, so hopefully it's not permanent at all. But even saying that, there's no filter in here, and we all know how stingy axolotls can be with water parameters. Gotta have that filter. Very, very important. And with a small tank like this, you're just letting the nitrates build up very quickly. Also, can I just say what's up with the pink unicorn rhinoceros looking thing, and why is it on a washing machine? Why do you have an axolotl in this situation? I feel like this is a world's first. There's no other place, no other picture with this specific setup for an axolotl tank. How do you feed it? You put the fish food into the stuffed animal's mouth. There's an opening that lets it fall into the bowl. This sounds ridiculous, but I swear this is how it is. No sarcasm here. Can confirm it goes through the mouth. Little bro has one and feeds it pennies. What? Feeds it pennies? This just gets more and more ridiculous. Really, I wonder how fast an axolotl dies with pennies in the water, just leaching the copper. 0.25 gallon tank for a Betta. What's with 0.25? I don't know. This video is just cursed with that number. A Betta wouldn't even be able to turn around in this. Got that right. Caption of the video or picture or whatever, it says, I know I should put it in there correct again. This is as big as this tank is. Come again? Okay, so I've read that a few times over. I'm gonna save you guys the trouble of reading it. It doesn't make sense, okay? I know in the last FTR I'm like, need Gorn ASAP? What does that mean? And you guys were like, obviously it's gone, you idiot. And I'm like, oh, okay, darn it, that's my fault. But someone correct me here, what the hell is that? I know I should put it in there correct again. This is as big as this tank is. I'm a little scared that it's really obvious what he's trying to mean, and I don't understand it. Anyways, horrible tank. Disregard this tank. Pretend it doesn't exist. OP sells these pre-designed aquariums for ADFs, which are African dwarf frogs. This darling human is going to be a fabulous froggy pet owner. They are so simple to care for, making awesome first pets. Life science at its best. Yeah, this one's very weird. I scroll down to the comments, it says something like, it's very weird because you can tell that this person, whoever's selling these pre-designed aquariums, they really like African dwarf frogs and they have a passion for them, but there seems to be a cutoff between like the understanding of their care and how much that person likes it. In this case, not enough research was done by the person who's designing these aquariums. I don't even think he's trying to make that much money off of it. I think he's just, lacking some experience taking care of them properly. To me, this is an unfortunate loss because it could end up really well. If he's super passionate and he did the research, he would be able to teach all these young kids how to properly take care of fish. And of course, the African dwarf frog. They definitely need filters. They need tanks that are bigger than that. And I mean, aesthetically, horrendous color of substrate. My tanks burst. Oh man, I feel for you, dude. Sorry about that. Guess I have a tub full of fish now. That's actually a very good idea. I mean, when your tank bursts, it's usually at some time that you have no idea what's going to do that. It's always taken by surprise, and this was definitely a fast action. I can see that most of your fish did survive the move to your tub. Also, you can't take a shower or bath anymore, so that's very sacrificial of you. You got the heater in there, got the filter going. Hey man, all the best of luck to you. Hopefully it has recovered. And yeah, this is a great example of how we need to move fast and be on our feet if some sort of accident like this were to happen. I feel physically sick just looking at this. Yeah, me too. This is like a puzzle piece. Like, that's how tightly everything is fitted into this tank. Each fish has just enough space to exist in that tank. I don't know much about keeping fish, but this seems very wrong. Yes, it is very, very wrong. My mother came home the other day from the dollar store and she was excited to give me this container. She was like, hey, I can give you this container. And I'm like, for what? And then she said, to keep your fish or something if, an accident happens, or to keep it in here if you're changing water or something. Now, she doesn't know that much about, the fish tank hobby, and that's fine. But even she did not say, you can put fish in here and keep fish in here, permanently. She understood that that was way too small for any sort of fish that I was keeping. That's why I think it is still pretty much common sense that you can't keep 3 those goldfish are not done growing, okay? Really? You make cutting edge aquariums and think this is a good idea? Betta Bowl by Zero Edge Aquarium. The Zero Edge Betta Bowl was designed with kids in mind, offering them a colorful home for their Betta fish. The hardest part is to pick your favorite color. That's the hardest part? To pick your favorite color? I feel like the hardest part is to keep your fish alive. Actually, my personal hardest part about this is looking at the thing. How about you don't pick one of those? That'll make for a pretty nice beginner rimless plastic tank for your kid. And then buy all the live plants and natural looking substrate. Teach your kid a thing or two about keeping live animals instead of doing this weird design thing that doesn't really work. Look how much real estate you're taking from the fish by putting that thing in there. That's ridiculous. $59.95. My Asian is kicking in overdrive. Don't buy it. Save your money for dim sum, dude. Now we can't have a video without getting our daily kale smoothies. And of course, this guy has it down for us. 4 fishies live in here. Oh yeah? I count 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hopefully that's all the fishies you're talking about. Aqua Town, more like 0 out of 5 town. Alright, our first tank submission is from Brody M. This is pretty interesting because Brody sent me 3 pictures of the same tank, and they are basically the evolution of his tank. So it started off looking like this, which is, you know, not the worst, but not the best, of course. And this is already looking very wonderful. This is his second version. He's got a little carpeting action going on. He's got brighter lights, more plants. His fish look vibrant. And the third and final one, he's got some tiger lotus in there, some Ludwigia repens, kabamba going on, some interesting fish in there. The plants have grown more lush, taller. So from this to this, very impressive. Just a little question for you. Are all of the cichlids in your tank getting along? Because I see there's probably a breeding pair of German blue rams, and then there's a crebensis in there, probably a male, so a little bit feisty, I would think. I hope there's not a breeding pair of the crebensis as well. And there's angelfish in there. And those barbs are actually pretty sizable as well. So let me know, are there like, you know, aggressiveness happening in your tank, and did you have to move them around? Anyway, you're getting a 4.1 from me. Great job. This next tank, it's from Clarametz. This is a cozy looking tank. I'm not really sure what kind of plants are in here, but they are green and vibrant and big. I like when the plants are oversized for his tank because it gives it a look that, you know, it is a little spot of nature that you've captured in your aquarium. The accented pebbles contrasting with the black substrate, pretty nice touch. And the skull, even though I don't like artificial decorations, it kind of work here as well. The dark substrate adding to the theme of this skull. It's a nice little cozy tank, and I can't wait to see what you have in mind to stock it with. And we have matching thermometers. I have one exactly like that, the magnetic kind. 4.25 out of 5, great job. Oh yeah, and I like the wood with the moss on it. This one's sent in by Elementech. Very interesting. The plants are obviously fake, unless there's this awesome plant that is real that I don't know about, but really that looks like soak plants. So let me know if it's real though, let me know where I can get some. But I'm pretty sure it's fake. I'm just tripping right now. I think there are some real plants, maybe over there on the wood, but for the most part, fake plants. Of course, Marimo moss balls are, you know, technically real plants. So dwarf flame gouramis, Reminos tetras, and black neons, pretty nice stocking choice. Again, the black substrate with some contrasting bigger rocks. I really like that kind of look. I think it's a smart aquascaping choice. I would definitely fill out the back a little more and also opt out for real plants, but you know, if you don't have the time and resources for real plants, this is pretty nice. 3.9 out of 5, great job. This next tank is from Kazuki Misaki. Now, they did not give me a full-on like picture of the whole tank, maybe because the tank is really big and they don't have like the angle to get a full wide angle picture. But yeah, anyways, this tank, lots of guppies, lots of angelfish, lots of little albino cories running around. I see some water wisteria. I see a lot of kabamba just taking over the tank as they should. And then there's also water lettuce, which is super cool. It's probably my favorite floater along with frogbit, and I really like how the roots look. I really like how they look immersed. Also, the hardscape is one to look at as well. It looks really nice, but I do wish I got a full picture of this so I can actually, you know, judge the overall aquascape, but it really looks like you are doing a very good job. 4.4 out of 5, keep up the good work. The next tank is from Javier Yip. Now this tank hits the spot for me. It's kind of weird, but it really hits the spot because, let me explain, it really looks like to me just a scrap of fallen wood or fallen twigs that have gathered and have naturally dammed in a river, and then there's like these plants growing out of it, right? And that's exactly what this looks like. It's like a river that's being naturally dammed by falling debris from surrounding forest into the stream, washed downwards. This is really simple, and this is not the typical scape that people usually go for these days, but it's getting my 5 out of 5. Great job, Javier. Next tank is from Thomas de Beauvoir. Sorry if I butchered that name. It's French, and my French pronunciation is not great. But what is great is this tank. I think it's got some simple plants like water wisteria that's taken off, but that's great if, you know, you can use simple plants and you can just,
You don't need the super high-tech plants that no one's ever heard of to manipulate it in a way where it can work very well in your tank and create a very beautiful aquascape, which is what you have done here. The background is black and it creates this very clean, cinematic almost look to the tank, and that's something I really appreciate. The lighting is on point. It's centerpiece focused, and you have great centerpiece fish as the choice. Those 2 angelfish, maybe 3 angelfish, I can't really make out what that fish is, and there might be other fish in here as well. It's getting my 4.75. And then we have another Thomas de Maria. Nice little simple tank here. You got the wood with some moss attached to it, and you got a decorative piece that's not very natural. I think it's probably plastic, it's not real rock. Correct me if I'm wrong though. There is a bit of algae, I think, growing on the substrate, because I don't think that's the natural, like, off-green looking color. You haven't stocked it yet, so I want to see, like, what kind of stocking choices you've made. Maybe you got some Amano shrimp going on, cleaning up all that algae. And I think just a simple gravel vac will also do some of the work. Would really like to see a lot of more live plants here and there. Overall, 3.3 out of 5. Keep it up, man.
Really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I'm trying to take more advice from you guys, see what you like more. I've been trying to include the fish tank review. How to do it? Fish tank review. Also, a lot of you have voiced your opinion on how you want the FTRs to be longer, and I've been trying to make it 10 minutes plus. I mean, I'm not even doing it because of the ad revenue that I get more of if I do it to at least 10 minutes. I really just want to do it because you guys keep telling me to do it to that long. I mean, with a longer video, it's much more work for me. It's like making 2 videos in 1 video. But I'll do it. I'm crazy. Anyways, see you guys next time. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. There'll be more videos to come. Don't forget to get your hands wet. It's wet.